From a trembling teen on national television to a fierce independent rock powerhouse, Courtney has transformed everything about her public image, except for the one closely guarded secret everyone wants to know. Welcome to tonight's special investigative report. We are diving deep into the enigmatic world of one of music's most fascinating rising stars. You remember her, the shy girl who blew the roof off the auditorium, leaving audiences completely stunned. Fast forward to 2026, and that girl is gone. In her place stands the architect of the critically acclaimed album Miss Jagged, a raw, unfiltered project that cemented her status outside the shadow of reality television. She has shed the restrictive labels pushed by industry executives who desperately tried to market her as a retro novelty act. Now, she commands the stage with a gritty, guard presence that demands your absolute attention. But our newsroom has noticed a glaring omission in her highly publicized narrative. While her artistic evolution is broadcast across global tour dates and intense live performance videos, her personal reality is completely locked down. In an era where celebrities routinely weaponize their romantic lives for engagement metrics and tabloid headlines, this artist has constructed an impenetrable fortress around her private affairs. There are no leaked text messages, no accidental background appearances on social media, and absolutely no public declarations of romance. We've scoured public records, analyzed thousands of fan-captured tour videos, and cross-referenced her known associates, and the silence is deafening. As journalists, when we see a void this heavily guarded, it begs the question: is this a calculated PR strategy to maintain an air of rock and roll mystique, or is she fiercely protecting someone entirely outside the brutal spotlight of the entertainment industry? Our sources within the music industry suggest that Courtney's militant privacy isn't just a personal preference. It's a direct response to the toxic, hyper-scrutinized environment she narrowly escaped. Reporting on the entertainment industry often means sifting through carefully planted leaks and PR-orchestrated paparazzi strolls. However, our investigation into Courtney's inner circle in 2026 reveals a completely different operational playbook. Following her definitive split from major label representation, she established a fiercely independent team characterized by strict non-disclosure agreements and absolute loyalty. Industry insiders tell our reporters that this wasn't merely a business, it was a survival tactic. When you are thrust into the global limelight before you even have a driver's license, the media feels entitled to every piece of your development, including your first heartbreak. By taking complete creative and financial control, she essentially bought back her privacy. Yet nature abhors a vacuum, and the mill has worked overtime to fill the void. Over the past 12 months, speculative reports have surfaced linking her to various underground producers and fellow touring musicians. There were whispers last autumn about a mysterious figure spotted backstage during her European leg, someone who never wore a laminate and stayed strictly in the shadows. We reached out to her management for a comment on these allegations, and we received the standard boilerplate response. Courtney's focus is entirely on her current tour and upcoming musical projects. This classic deflection only serves to pour gasoline on the speculative fire. The absence of a denial is often interpreted by Rabid as a quiet confirmation, leading to intense digital sleuthing by dedicated followers desperate to unmask the hidden partner she refuses to acknowledge. If you want to uncover the truth about a musician's heavily guarded love life, you don't look at their heavily curated social media feeds, you put their latest lyrics under a journalistic microscope. As any seasoned entertainment correspondent will tell you, an artist's truest confessions are always buried within their tracklist. We brought in our cultural analysts to dissect the lyrical architecture of her groundbreaking 2025 release, Miss Jagged. What we found was a complex labyrinth of emotional breadcrumbs. Unlike the straightforward, pop-friendly heartbreak anthems dominating the current charts, her recent songwriting explores themes of isolation, fierce independence, and the suffocating weight of outside expectations. Tracks that initially sound like aggressive rock manifestos often contain subtle, buried references to hidden devotion and the heavy cost of keeping someone safely out of the public eye. There is a recurring motif throughout the album of locking doors, pulling down shades, and choosing the darkness over the blinding flash of the cameras. Is this merely a metaphor for her battle with the recording industry, Or is it a literal description of how she navigates her romantic entanglements? One specific track, which has become a massive fan during her live sets, features lyrics detailing a love that can only exist off the grid. While it is dangerous for journalists to state that art is a direct translation of reality, the sheer emotional weight she brings to these specific performances suggests a deeply personal connection to the material. Fans have spent countless hours in online forums matching tour dates with these lyrical themes, attempting to build a timeline of a secret relationship. Despite the lack of concrete photographic evidence, the emotional evidence documented in her vocal delivery paints a picture of a young woman deeply entangled in a private reality she refuses to monetize. Our investigative team discovered that digging into her past reveals a deliberate, systematic scrubbing of anything that could lead the press to her current romantic whereabouts. In the digital age of 2026, completely erasing your personal footprint is a nearly impossible feat, significant resources, and a calculated strategy. Yet, our digital forensics desk has observed exactly that when looking into Courtney's online history. It isn't just about what she isn't posting today, it's about what has quietly vanished from the archives. Early social media posts, casual interactions with childhood friends from County Durham, and off-the-cuff live streams from her teenage years have been systematically archived or scrubbed from the internet. In the world of investigative journalism, a cover-up often points directly to what is being protected. This level of digital sanitation is usually reserved for high-level executives or individuals entering witness protection, not a 20-something rock vocalist. By eliminating the baseline of her normal, everyday interactions, she has deprived the tabloid media of any context. If we don't know who her most trusted confidants are, we cannot possibly identify a potential romantic partner blending into that inner circle. Furthermore, her extremely rare media appearances are negotiated with ironclad stipulations. No questions about her family, no questions about her relationship status, and no inquiries into her life outside the recording studio. Interviewers who have attempted to breach these boundaries have found their segments abruptly terminated. This aggressive protection strategy suggests that whoever she might be dating, or whatever her current relationship status may be, it is considered the absolute most valuable, vulnerable asset in her possession, to be guarded with zero compromises. To truly understand the magnitude of this mystery, we have to look at the current state of celebrity journalism, where the currency of fame is almost entirely built on extreme oversharing. We are broadcasting in an era where the lines between public entertainer and reality star have been completely obliterated. Today's top-charting artists routinely allow camera crews into their homes, stream their therapy sessions, and turn their breakups into multi-million-dollar marketing campaigns. Against this backdrop of relentless overexposure, Courtney's absolute refusal to participate in the game is arguably the most rebellious rock and roll statement of the decade. From our perspective at the news desk, this makes her an anomaly that the press simply does not know how to handle. The tabloid ecosystem relies on a symbiotic relationship with celebrities. They provide the access, and we provide the relevance. By severing that transaction, she has inadvertently made herself the most sought-after subject in the entertainment world. The less she gives, the more ravenous the public appetite becomes. Paparazzi agencies have reportedly placed high bounties on the first photograph of her with a romantic partner, leading to a high-stakes game of cat and mouse in major cities across the globe. Our field reporters have noted that she employs complex decoy strategies when exiting venues, utilizing multiple vehicles and staggered departure times, tactics usually deployed by heads of state. This level of tactical evasion confirms one crucial fact: the mystery isn't an accident. It is an incredibly well-funded, highly coordinated daily operation. The person she is protecting, or perhaps the solitary independence she is fiercely defending, is the core of her real-world existence, kept entirely separate from the stage persona we are permitted to see. As our investigation concludes, the ultimate truth about Courtney's love life in 2026 remains locked behind closed doors, proving that true privacy is the ultimate modern luxury. Wrapping up tonight's special report, what have we definitively uncovered about the romantic life of this enigmatic vocalist? The facts are stark. There is no confirmed boyfriend, girlfriend, or partner on the public record. While extensive and passionate, remain entirely unsubstantiated by any credible journalistic source. What we have uncovered, however, is a masterclass in modern media manipulation. Courtney has successfully engineered a career where her art is the only headline. If there is a significant other waiting for her when the stage lights power down, they are experiencing a relationship entirely insulated from the toxic radiation of public opinion. This requires an immense amount of discipline from both parties, raising the possibility that if someone does exist, they are likely far removed from the entertainment industry, someone who does not crave the spotlight and respects the absolute necessity of the firewall she has built. As she prepares to announce her next global tour dates, the press will undoubtedly be watching, waiting for a slip-up, a momentary lapse in security, or a leaked photograph. But until that day comes, the narrative belongs entirely to her. She dictates the terms of her visibility. We will continue to monitor the situation, analyzing the lyrics, tracking the tour movements, and vetting the insider tips that cross our news desk. But for now, the story of her love life is a blank page, deliberately and masterfully left empty. This has been a special investigative report. Thank you for joining us as we continue to track the evolving stories behind the music industry's most fascinating figures.